Is there a way to automate?
The robot. Devin talked to me about this. I don't know. I've never seen it. I think it's bullshit.
So the only automation conversation we ever have in terms of board manufacturing is the shaping machine.
Don't they have the robot in Australia though or something?
I've seen the robot.
You've seen the robot?
Yeah.
Maybe I've seen a picture.
Kinna Road, I think is the name of the place I was at.
It's terrifying.
So outside of the surfboard, again, this is kind of an economics conversation because if you're in aerospace, you can afford to build the robot that'll do all the tasks for you. And the robots, obviously the technology exists to do something from start to finish.
Yeah.
3D shaping machine or 3D machines and stuff.
Yeah.
But in regard to surfboard building, we've seen shaping machines that can finish a board other than maybe the robot in Australia. They can finish a shape 90%, maybe 95%, right? Is there a version of that for laminating or for sanding? And could you see it ever getting to that point if you being replaced?
Probably. I mean, to a certain extent. I mean, if you said no, you'd be an idiot, right? Because, I mean, shit they have now is insane. But, I mean, I don't think, like a person working with his hands with years and years of knowledge and not only working with the materials, but over, a big part of what we do also is like a history lesson, because let's be honest, like nobody's really created anything new in the surfboard world in the last 40 years except for Birch. Sorry if I'm insulting some people, but essentially the surfboard world is circles of something old that's popular, like
a new combination of two old concepts.
What's going to be the next big thing? Mark my words, the 80s glass on thruster egg, I mean, it's just all circles, like nothing's new, so like, but so when someone comes to me and they're like, oh, Alex, this board 80s rail, I know exactly what that 80s rail is. It's like you leave hard edge the whole way, then at the end you chirp it off so it's not sharp, but you want that definition, it's like, so, is some 20-year-old kid trying to learn or sander going to know what that means? Absolutely not. So it's also like, and I think that's where like Joel comes from it, because he's like, obviously he's Joel Tudor, but like, he's also like this curator of culture and history, and he acknowledges those things. And I think he acknowledges also like the knowledge that we have in our heads from those time periods, because we worked with those things or we rode those boards, or, and I think it's scary when that's kind of lost, I mean, you think about all the guys that I learned from, they're not really working on surfboards anymore, or if they are in a really, really limited capacity,
Yeah.
And I think, one of the biggest, influences on me, when I was younger was being able to work around all these just amazing people. And I think what was really cool about it too is like I came in and I don't fucking know who any of these people are, like first time I met Mike Hinson, I was scared of him. I'm like, who's this fucking guy, dude? He looks shady as shit, and then, I got to become really good friends with him. But, just being around all those people, you learn a lot from them. But also, it's scary to think about when, all that history is kind of is gone,
Yeah.
I mean, that's half the reason I do resin pin lines is just to keep it alive.
Really?